your business strategy should fit on the back of a napkin. All right. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're running a business, most of the time we think that to grow the business, to get more sales, to get more revenue, you got to add more services. You got to add more stuff, right? You got to serve more industries, go high end, low end, middle of the road, all of the above to grow the business. In fact, I certainly believe that if you really want to do really well and grow your business exponentially, you got to focus on doing less and not more. And that's found all over the place. I mean, you look at companies, they just specialize in one thing. They specialize in one kind of product line to a specific market, and they're the leader in it, right? You hear the concept of blue ocean and red ocean. A lot of companies, every time they add more services, they actually end up worse off than they were before, because in the marketplace, from a branding perspective, people don't know what you do anymore, right? You kind of do everything for everyone. And it's just a sure way to fail. You've heard people say that you're trying to be everything to everybody, you're not going to make it. And so if you're trying to scale, and if you're thinking about your strategy, if you're thinking about what you should be doing to double and triple and quadruple your business, the focus should be, what am I going to be and who am I going to do that for, right? To be something and for someone, all right? So it's really, really, really critical. And when I hire, I ask people during interviews like, hey, what do you specialize in? What do you think you're really good at, right? Tell me a little bit more about the thing that you really want to do. What do you want to focus on? And typically, if you want to be a marketer and you want to grow in an area, you're going to have to pick a niche and say, hey, I'm going to be a really good copywriter. I want to really focus on conversion rate optimization, or I really want to focus on paid media, user acquisition, whatever that might be, right? I want to be really good at one thing. Then you can be really good at it and you'll get paid a lot. But typically the answer is like, oh, I'm a copywriter, I'm a paid guy, I do analytics, I do SEO, and I'm like, automatically this probably is not a good candidate for me, because I'm hiring experts. I'm not hiring generalists. I'm hiring experts to do a specific thing for our company, right? So I need an expert. Similarly, when you call your doctor, if you're gonna go, you have a headache and you wanna go see a doctor, you go to a generalist or a specialist. A generalist, you can meet them on Monday morning, right? You can probably get in Monday morning, probably no appointment needed. You need to go to a specialist, it's 4 weeks out. You can't see them for another month. And you're like, whoa, that's crazy. And if you look at how much a generalist charges versus a specialist, it's probably 10 times more to see a specialist than to see a generalist. So the world does not need another generalist. The world does not need another company to do the same thing somebody else already does. All right, we don't need another company to do another of the same thing. We need companies to specialize. I always talk about Apple. I love Apple so much. You might have heard me say that. It's not because their products are cooler or their campaigns are, amazing. It's simply because every time they iterate, they take stuff away. And most of the time it drives the users nuts, but they see way in advance, right? They see way in advance. Somebody asked, I think it's Henry Ford, if you were to ask the people what they wanted, they would have said, I need a faster horse. That's what they would want. They would want a faster horse before the car was ever made. But Henry Ford knew better. He knew there are not going to be more horses, or cannot put more horsepower in a horse. They need to make something completely different. And that's kind of what I see in Apple. They're always taking stuff away. Yeah, it drives me nuts. I need to buy new cables or new adapters and new this and new that. But I feel like when you take stuff away, when you have that trade-off, you can see clearly exactly what you're trying to focus on. They have way fewer product lines than any major companies, and they make way more money than anybody else. So think about that for a second. When I talk about strategies, taking stuff away and not adding more stuff, why is it that they're so successful, yet they have very few product lines? It's because they're able to focus their attention, their energy on every little bit of detail for those few things that they stand for. To be someone, right? To be someone to be something for someone. So it's really, really important for your business. What is it that you're going to be? Are you going to be a generalist with the copywriting and and all the different titles that people have, digital marketing strategist and all that great stuff. Hey, I'm a generalist, I get it. But I do know that in my areas, people pay me for my specialty. They don't pay me because I'm a generalist. I'm a generalist because I'm a business owner. I need to know everything about how things work. But when I hire people, I'm not hiring another generalist. I'm hiring experts in pay-per-click. I'm hiring experts in SEO. I'm hiring experts in copywriting, experts that are web developers, UI and UX designers. I am not hiring a person who can do everything. I don't want a person with 20 hats that they can wear. And similarly, in our area of expertise, we have to figure out what is it that we're going to stand for? What is it that we're not going to do? That's actually a better question. It's not what we're going to do. We don't want to be, hey, no issues with attorneys here. But typically when you go to an attorney's website, they're very, very known for this, how they have every type of law in the planet on their website. Everything under the sun, they can do it. They can do car accident, knee injury, right? DUI cases, workers' comp. I mean, I'm just naming a few here. Personal injury, you name every kind of service, and they feel like they need to add more. They definitely need to add more. Maybe it's a company with 2 partners. I'm like, how in the world are you going to be good at all of those things? Would I want to hire that company who then also says they're really good at IP too? No, I don't want to hire that company. I want to hire a company that specializes in IP if I have an IP question. I'm not going to hire a guy who does drunk driving cases all day and say, hey, I have an IP question for my business. It doesn't make any sense. And that's exactly what I don't want you to be. All right. So your business strategy should be something that you can put on the back of a napkin. And if you can't put it on the back of a napkin, then we got to work on something. Maybe your business is a little too complex. Let me ask you a question. If your business is that complex, how's that doing? Right? How is that doing? How's that working for you? Is it growing rapidly? Are you doubling and tripling in size? Are you hiring like crazy? And if you're not, hey, maybe it's something to think about. And if you are, then great, keep doing it, right? You're doing well. Maybe you figured it out. But most entrepreneurs that I talk to are struggling. They're not growing. They're not sure what to do. They don't know how to market. When you go to their website, nobody can even tell what they do. Their headlines make no sense. It doesn't say what do they specialize in. Their service pages are not clear. There's no clear value proposition. They don't know their differentiation. They can't tell for the life of them, how am I different from somebody else that offer the same service? And that's when you've already failed, in my opinion, in your marketing, your strategy, your messaging, your positioning. You have no idea what your focus is. Are you a painter? Are you a handyman? Are you doing roofing, siding, flooring, and all of the above? Then guess what? You're gonna get paid like a handyman. But you're a specialist, you get paid like a specialist. And you probably are interested in growing your business, which is why you're watching this video. You probably are interested in increasing your bottom line. You probably are interested in making more money. Clearly, all of us are. And I wanna help all of my entrepreneurs who listen to me, watch my content, listen to my podcast, to help you figure it out. You got to do more or less. Be more focused. All right. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like this video, click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts about growing your business. And if you've been failing by doing so many things, what are you going to get rid of? Put that in the comments. I'd love to read your chat, and I'll see you on the next video.